You want details? Fine. I drive a Ferrari 355 Cabriolet. What's up? I have a ridiculous house in the South Fork. I have every toy you can possibly imagine. And best of all, kids, I am liquid. So, now you know what's possible. Let me tell you what's required.
Life advice, lifeadvicerr@gmail.com. St. John's, Kyle.
Got one thing left. I got one thing left this year. It's them. So
I love it. I love that you love the Johnnies. So, Rudy, I believe the floor is yours.
Yeah, I got a bad update. A lot of people have been asking. A lot of people have been concerned for my health. Did go ahead and get the rabies shot, the rabies vaccine. Thought it was one shot. It is not. It's like 12 shots. So your boy's on a regimen. I got 2 shots in the thigh the other day, 1 in the arm, same day. No big deal. Don't call me a hero. And I go back tomorrow, the week after. It's intense. So the schedule, we're being precautionary, but I didn't realize it was 12 shots.
yeah, I always thought the baddest MFer was the tetanus shot. I didn't realize there was multiple parts to rabies. Tetanus was like, 2 years. I got to get I think it was like, what is it, every 10 years? So like around
every 10.
11, I was like, oh man, my time's coming. I'm going to be done. Because it's like, oh, you get sore. I didn't realize there was like multiple parts, like a trilogy of shots.
7?
That's crazy.
It's not
So
great.
how long is this going to go?
You have to get it on day 0, day 3, day 7, day 14. And originally it was 4 shots at the first. We had to go to the ER, which is lovely. Very nice people.
Did
there,
she
though.
have
Shouts
to?
out to
Did
them.
she have to get the shot? Does your daughter have to get the shot?
Door was closed, so the daughter does not, because the bat wasn't in her vicinity. But we do, and everyone there was basically like, there's basically like 0 chance you need these, but I can't actually tell you you're fine.
Interesting sitting in the the ER waiting room when there's probably like, real shit for people really struggling. You're like, yeah, I mean, just
It was
triage.
a calm day. Yeah, I was expecting it to be like carnage, but it was actually kind of calm. It was a smaller little hospital too, so that worked out well. But yeah, and then so I was just go like left arm, right arm. She's like, "No, you're gonna want to get him in the thighs." And I was like, "Really?" So pants down, just shot, left arm, and I feel good, But we'll find out tomorrow, and I got to do it again.
Glad you did the right thing.
I had no idea. The tetanus one's fine.
No,
I
but when you're a
remember-
kid, it sounds like the worst thing you're ever going to
yeah.
have to do. Because even adults are like, yeah, man, I was sore afterwards. Like, sore? What are you talking about?
Used to step on nails all the time.
My wife, trooper, she stepped on a nail the last time she was pregnant. Had to get the tetanus shot while pregnant. That was fun.
I had no idea. No wonder. I mean, this rabies fatality number that we got this week, now it's all starting to make sense. But I wonder if you can go out. Like, are you staying in? No way.
I'm hanging out with the boys tonight. Come on.
4 shots in, 3 to go. No problem. All right. We also had a Disney employee reaching out to Wargon. I will forward you the details, Wargon. It appears the people of Disney appreciate your support. I don't know if it's the Lion King Inc. or the fact that you got on a flight with a stomach flu and then still ran a half marathon in the rain as your wife lapped you. But if you want to pull up your audio and video here real quickly, I want to let you know the people down in Orlando are on your side.
Nice. Good to hear.
They offer
I don't know if I got lapped. She beat me by like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you said she just flew right past you.
But
He
she
did
did
actually
but,
say that. Yeah, he did say that.
It wasn't a lapping.
I don't even know what the course was. So that's on me. That's on me not doing the research of what that would be. So I will forward those details.
We
You
talking
still
park
use the
passes? Nice, dude.
Yeah.
That's great.
Possibly.
Hell yeah, fast pass. Let's go.
Still the ESPN Corp email?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So I sent out a video of the halftime entertainment at the Nuggets game from last week. I think I forget which Nuggets game it was. They all kind of watch a lot of Nuggets. So I have the feeds up like a lot of you do. If you have League Pass, you don't get commercials during halftime. You just get the feed.
It's awesome.
And
actually,
yeah,
it's one of the best parts of League Pass.
Although my father, after a couple of weeks with me once, was like, I almost missed commercials because he was so annoyed at the in-game entertainment hosts. Because then we started like critiquing, be like, this guy thinks he's fucking really cool. Like he thinks he's 3 years away from starting on his Like he thinks he's going to have a Netflix show where it's like, this person I think understands like kind of where they're at a little bit more. And be like, who hired this dude and what's her deal? Right. So you just start going through all of them. I could probably do a podcast. I don't know. Maybe when I take some time off, like ranking all the in arena entertainment hosts, I might be your guy. I might be your guy for it. But anyway, they have a lot of kids that play from local schools, local communities. You get to go play in an NBA court. It's an awesome thing to do. I get to do it for a men's league thing. So that was cool. But yet there's kids just running around all over the place. And what happens is all the kids want to take NBA threes. And sometimes the age range is like maybe. Usually the age range is like absolutely not. This is a disaster. The other night for a Nuggets game, the kids took 13 NBA threes. They went 0 for 13. There were 8 air balls. Yeah, I tracked it. I went back because the problem is when I have multiple TVs on and then the kids start playing, I watch the kids more than the adults because I'm fascinated by their approach to it. And then one kid started waving his arms, pointing like Babe Ruth to where he was going to pull up from. Logo 3. I can't believe it hit the rim. This kid pulled up from 30 plus feet. And I don't think these guys were like above the 4th, 5th grade thing. So it wasn't dumping on kids. It was just an observation about the evolution of where the game is going. And then I tweeted like, hey, is Steph to blame? Even though I love Steph probably as much as any current. I think Steph will be the last athlete I like this much, by the way, for the record. Don't know what that means, but there you go. Anyway, went to the Russillo Denver live show and the Simmons live show. Oh, back to back. Saw your tweet about the kids going over 13 at the Nuggets game, halftime show. As a friend of the coach, I just went right in to give you the behind the scenes. The coach was hanging out with the kids in the hallway that Jokic always runs down, and he hyped them up to make an NBA three-pointer. Not a good look for the state of the game in the youth or the youth level, but the coach probably has to split the blame with Curry. While I'm here, can you help settle some Nuggets group chat drama?
That sounds awesome. Can't wait.
Murray is 12th on the NBA player salary list in 26-27. Is there a tougher contract to build around besides appeal for what you're getting? Yeah, there's worse contracts. Simmons is captain of the Murray ship right now, and I do not want to buy a ticket because I think Murray eventually, because he's had those high playoff moments. You know, we're not talking about somebody who's a stiff, so I don't think that the Murray contract is like this absolute albatross because I don't think he's going to be this bad. Anyway, all right. Well, glad to know that was part of it there. But look, it isn't just about these Denver kids. Do you guys want to do life advice emails instead of these?
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Kyle's already checked out. Yeah.
I'm looking at Kyle just going, all right, let's go back. Let's go for just a heavy hitter then. Male, 44, third string university goalie in Canada. Never had to dress for games, so I know the closest bars to every rink we played on at the road. Basketball comp, Cedric Hunter. Matches my practice to game time ratio. Anyway, I run my own construction company. Skilled labor is in demand. I think these guys are like real Canadians, by the way. Skilled labor is in demand, hard to attract. I keep raising my wages, but it's still hard to retain or attract workers. Recently, I had one of my best employees find this note on his vehicle. Phone number is covered as he posted the note at a legendary dive bar. Have been busy raising a family, so this reminded me of the hijinks of university in Montreal anyway. On top of this, everything else, maybe the guy went to McGill. While drinking at this bar with friends, we got into an argument. Did a man or woman write this? Is it connected to you driving a Subaru as a construction worker? Is this solicitation or entrapment? Also, he found this a day after his honeymoon. Should I post this as a benefit that my company offers? Will this lead to dissection on the job site if others get the same note? And if you ever visit the Yukon, we can show you where to park your rental car. All right, so here's the note. I see you park here regularly. Earmuffs, kids, earmuffs. I see you park here regularly, and I'm thinking you are part of the construction crew working at the Country Inn. I live close by. Would you be into getting discreet, let's use the term steam occasionally, maybe on your lunch break or after work? That was cleaning it up. So that's the note, Kyle. Is this a perk?
Dude, this isn't this guy's friends just seeing if he takes the bait. You don't think that's what this is? That's got to be what it is. Or like just like a group of the regular guys in the bar, like, let's see if Tommy bites on this one. Because if he does, they'll have whatever the fuck he's texting or whoever he's called. I can't see this being real. And but listen, I'm not versed in Canada. Maybe there's forward women just dotted all around that great northern area up there. But it just, for me, alarm bells are ringing. This is somebody, just don't step in this, man. They're begging. The trap is set as far as I'm concerned. But I don't know. Maybe the guy's an absolute knockout and it's just like, this is what happens when he goes out in the world. Could be, but I don't know.
I had dinner with a pretty good looking guy the other night.
A lot of people coming up to him.
World is different, man.
Dude, totally.
World is different for those guys.
Pretty privileged.
Yeah, some
terrific
guys
guy.
are just like absolute knockouts.
Right.
I mean,
Some dudes are hot.
I mean, yes, there's some hot dudes out there, folks. Just want to be friends with one of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the note. The handwriting is sort of gender neutral, like a lot of the bathrooms in LA. So I don't know if the old detective lens is helping me here. I'm looking at the font. I'm looking at the, it's obviously nobody writes in cursive anymore. I don't know if this is a Canadian man's handwriting, though. I'm sort of thinking construction. I'm thinking the Yukon shout out, although the hockey part of it, McGill feels a little south for where I've assumed that maybe this construction site is. But if we allow ourselves to move up the lines of the longitude lines here, I think.
are we talking bubble letters? Like, does it look like?
No. Trust me. We're on the same page,
Neutral,
Kyle.
yeah.
Like, I think I could figure it out. And this one feels, it's neat. So maybe it is female. But I think Steve's right. I think you're just setting yourself up here to be humiliated. Like, one of my roommates did this to me and left it on the monster truck. It was like, hey, I love this truck. It's so cool that whatever. And it was just like they part to see. Yeah, right. There was like a heart like dotted something, but they did it. And I don't know what the hell they were doing that day other than nothing, but they did it in a way that they knew I would be coming out to my truck like within a couple hours. And they just waited to see how I would react. Like, that was
there
their
a phone
payoff.
number?
Yeah, there was a phone number, and that was their whole payoff, to see like if I was going to kind of smile and read it and like be really feeling myself, being like, see, I am right. This truck is fucking awesome.
Yeah. They just
Yeah,
left like
chicks-
Mike Jones' phone number there.
Although that still would have been before Mike Jones, so that number would have worked. Anyway, I knew immediately it was one of the guys. So I luckily didn't do an ego boost like face in the parking lot. I'm like, man, I am hot, awesome.
Yeah,
and my
dude,
truck
construction
is
workers in
kick-ass.
a bar, anything within a certain.
So what would you do,
radius,
Kyle? What would you do?
I think I'm leaving it. Even if I'm curious, I'm like, I can't give these guys a win. I cannot give these guys a win. And I might forego something great, and maybe that's something I got to work on. But I come from a friend group that does hijinks and likes to make guys feel bad about themselves in short spurts, and then it's all love after that. But I would just, I don't know. I think it's just I got too much of that ingrained in me that I wouldn't even sniff this out.
What's the upside too? Like, what's the percentage chance that she's
long
actually
lunch
some like
breaks.
normal hot chick? Yeah, I don't.
Seriously?
Yeah, normal's the word here, right?
You're at the
It's not a
engagement
normal thing.
party. How'd you guys meet? Well, I've got pretty good handwriting. All right, another shout out to Oregon. Just wanted to give Oregon his proper flowers for running the Disney Marathon under the circumstances he described. I happened to be in Disney World with some friends Tuesday, Friday. The friends organized the trip because they were signed up to run the 5K Thursday morning. After one full day in Magic Kingdom on Wednesday, they both bailed on the 5K, and we all spent all day Thursday on roller coasters and getting drinks in Epcot. Great job sticking with it, Oregon.
Thanks, gang.
That's one way to say it.
No, I echo that guy's sentiments, and I said this on the pod. Like, you had multiple reasons to bail. I would have bailed at the first reason, and you did it. So I'm aligned with that guy.
Oregon, what would you have done with that note?
Nothing. My friend said that to me when I was in like high school. Just like wrote on my car, like, like the car ink that you write with.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, you cheated on me, like you stole my girl, stuff like that.
What?
I just like cleaned off the windshield, like drove it home. Next morning, my dad was like, nice. You stole someone's girl. Good job. It's like, Dad, what the fuck?
That doesn't feel like the same thing, but I think it works.
It's kind
for
of
the
similar.
story.
Yeah. Like writing on, It's just your friends trying to fuck with you.
All right, one more for the kid. 6'2", 180 player comp, Jokic. I trained for a marathon in 2016 for 6 months, followed a precise training regimen, devoted my life to proper hydration and nutrition in preparation for the race. 1 week before the race, I came down with an RSV, a respiratory illness that can cause a lot of cough and wheezing and trouble breathing. I threw everything I could at the illness the week before the race: antibiotics, steroids, breathing treatments to try to run the race. Race day come, and I knew on mile 3 that I didn't feel right. Much like Oregon, I showed up and finished, but it was 40 minutes off my goal training time. It left a very sour taste in my mouth. All of that training down the drain. I stewed with that for 8 years. 8 years, dude? There wasn't another race?
I was gonna say you had one shot.
Was it a full marathon?
You know, you could just run this on your own too, right? Like, is it?
Just Google Maps it and
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be cool for the runners out there, and they're not going to like that suggestion because I don't think it's the same thing.
Well.
I stewed with that for 8 years until finally in 2024 I got up the courage to train for another marathon. This time I got COVID halfway through the training, but there was enough time to recover, and happy to say I was able to run it in November and meet my goal I had set 8 years ago. All right, this makes a little bit more sense because
the leap year marathon.
Right. Oregon, I know exactly how you feel, so my advice to Oregon is to stew on this for a while, maybe not 8 years, and do it again when you are mentally ready. You know, you can just finish the training, make some small tweaks during the next training session, and things you learned this time. You might consider running a race in April, May, early June, when it's not too hot yet, and at that time of year when viral illnesses are not circulating as bad. You obviously could not plan for a stomach flu 2 days before. The timing sucks. Get back out there, and when you finish the next time at the pace you trained for, you will be really glad you did. Good luck, Oregon. Appreciate the wonderful content and strong work from the entire crew. He wrote Oregon, but we're going to stay with the Oregon theme today. All right.
Reverse life advice. Interesting.
All right. Last thing here. Kyle, how are you on time?
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. All right. I was a bully in high school. We just got this one fresh off the presses. Long time, first time, male, 36, married, 2 young kids, 6'3", 200 pounds, NBA comp Blake Griffin without the vertical. I'll try to make it quick. I went to school in a small Midwest town, 50 people in my graduating class. In high school, I was a bully. To make matters worse, it was to one specific girl in my class. Let's call her April. I cannot remember a lot of specifics, but I know the way I treated April was 100% wrong and certainly classified as bullying. To this day, I'm sure she remembers and despises me, which is warranted. She definitely remembers, dude. At our 10-year high school reunion, we locked eyes at the bar for a moment. She gave me a look I will never forget. It was a look of disgust. She couldn't walk away quick enough. At that moment, I felt about 2 feet tall. Now having 2 young children of my own and reflecting years after the fact, I could see how shitty that behavior was. If I had to pinpoint, I'm sure it stemmed from my own insecurities at the time and being a shithead adolescent. April now appears to live a happily married life with a husband and 2 kids. From what Facebook tells me, we're not Facebook friends. If it matters, her husband would destroy me in a fight. He looks to be about 6'4", 250 of solid muscle and has an affinity for rugby of all things. Uh-oh. My question is, 20-ish years after the fact, should I reach out and apologize? I'm not sure how it would come across, but I'm sincerely sorry for the way I treated her. Do I reach out or continue living the life like this? Past transgression never happened. Thanks, love the pod. That sucks because you're a bully and you got some size on you, and she apparently
Reformed bully.
Yeah, met up with Dolph Lundgren. So I think the fact that you care is not like a bully, in the bully DNA. Now, granted, like sometimes you're just younger, you're just a shithead. It's just what happens. I think there's part of it where, like, I remember there was a guy that I really hated, and I think I gave it probably a little too long. It was outside of the window, and we were at a party years later, and he was like, "Hey, brother, what's going on?" I was like, "You can go fuck yourself with that." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, you don't remember? He's like, "Dude, we were in high school. We were like sophomores." And I was like, "I don't care." I was like, "That was fucking terrible what you did." And he's like, "Dude, it's like 2002." And I was like, "Yep." And the thing is he's not wrong. Like, that's what I needed to do at that time that was how I was going to handle it. I was kind of looking forward to it, to be honest with you. And that's how I felt I needed to get not past it, because it wasn't like this haunting thing, but I was looking forward to that day, to telling that guy to go fuck himself. He, I don't think, was wrong necessarily in being like, are you serious? We're almost 30 now. Like, you're going to be that mad about something that happened when we were like 15 and 16 years old? And it's like, yeah, I am. But I didn't think, looking back from where his perspective was, if he was kind of like, all right, dude, like, I got it. I don't necessarily think he was wrong either. At the time, I didn't care. But now thinking about it, it's like, he might have been right. Like, hey, there's got to be some like understanding as people become adults that a lot of this stuff isn't really cool. It seems like April's not getting over any of it. And she isn't, and she remembers all of these things. Sure, you could reach out, it might make you feel a little bit better, maybe closure on that. Maybe there's some closure for her, but in all likelihood, she probably just never, ever wants anything to do with you. And the fact that if you do apologize and she wants nothing to do with you, it sounds like this freak rugby guy is more than you can handle on top of everything else.
Yeah, I think the time to do it was at the reunion or a week or two after. And you're like, hey, I saw you. If this has been months away, I don't think you're going to get a good reception from it. And I could be wrong. It just seems like the in-person thing would have been the best case scenario if you want to get this off your chest a week or two after, being like, hey, seeing you really made me think. If this has been like 6 months ago or longer, I would just kind of let sleeping dogs lie. I think you learned a valuable lesson already. I think you got that part. You feel gross. You have kids. You're like, I definitely don't want my kids to be bullies, and I definitely don't want them to be bullied. So I think you kind of got all the learning stuff you wanted to get out of this. And I don't think if more than a certain amount of time has passed, I just don't think you're going to get any sort of closure from this, unless you're just like, I just need it to be said. If you want her to feel better about it, like knowing that you feel bad, I don't know if this is going to happen. If this was, a year or so ago, and it's just like, it would have been random at the 10-year reunion or whatever it is. If it's 12 years later, just for no reason, I don't know. I just kind of let it lie. It sounds like you learned your lesson.
I have a lot of thoughts on this. You're doing this for yourself, not her. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Right.
Well said.
And if you don't think she's going to receive it well, it's probably not worth doing, because it's a selfish act, right? You're really only doing this because you feel bad about how much of an asshole you were when you were younger. But then I also sort of subscribe to, like, it's never too late to do the right thing, right? Like, yeah, okay, you could have been a terrible person for so long.
Conflicting
But that doesn't mean that you
Instagram
should just
philosophies.
never. Yeah, look, I just start firing off, insightful quotes here. But like, you should, if you did something wrong, like, apologizing it's all just that's a big step. So I'm kind of stuck between the two things. Like, I would I think I would, if it was really eating at you. Like, is she gonna get more mad? Is she gonna dislike you more because you own up and talk about how much you were an asshole and apologize to her? Like, probably not. So even though it is a selfish act, I do think it is a worthwhile thing to do. I wouldn't really worry about the husband, like, beating the crap. What is he gonna, like? Oh, cool, you apologize.
Showing out with a boombox outside of the house, like he's got to run you off. I don't know.
Yeah, so
And by the way, if the husband's normal, he'll probably, although he's enormous, but like, I don't know how I would feel if my wife was like, I hate that guy. And then I'd be like, okay, what's the deal? Why do you hate him? It's like, he was mean to me in high school. I just was like, all right, well, that sucks. I don't like him. I don't like him also, but
I'm on your side. But yeah, exactly.
Right.
It was 30 years ago.
Do you want me to go to a parking lot right now with a baseball bat? Like, I don't want to do that. I mean, could you actually just DM the person on Facebook and say,
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like, just a quick, hey.
Get it out immediately. I was a dick to you in high school. I saw you at the reunion. You gave me the look. You made me feel terrible about myself.
Don't even say that. Don't say that.
No. But I actually, this is what I mean, though, by giving her the win. By being like, in that moment, you made me realize, like, not you made me realize because I already knew it ahead of time. So I'm not trying to, like, write your entire thing. But, like, if you give her a bit of a win in that, and that your look made me feel this way, and I deserve to feel that way because of the way I treated you, and I wanted to let you know, and I will forever be sorry. Whatever. Quick, efficient, out there. But a little bit of that, like, sharing the moment with her when she looked at you, so that it's all acknowledged, that she's not like, did he see me? Did I not see it? All that different stuff. Like, yeah, you saw me. I saw you. and it just reminded me of how terrible I was, and I felt terrible about it. And I know you'll never want to talk to me or whatever, and I definitely don't want to stop by because your husband's a monster. But and who knows?
That's how I feel. Yeah,
Small town.
I think that's fair.
Divorce rate. 7 years from now, guess who's bringing whose kids
Living
to soccer
school.
practice?
Yeah.
How'd you guys meet? He bullied me, and then he sent me this super nice DM. And I was going through some issues because he's from Australia anyway, so culturally we weren't super aligned, even though he was so hot.
I don't think
The
it's that
accent.
weird, by the way, to harbor feelings about things that happen in high school. Like, don't think about it daily. But like, there's still guys in high school that I'm like, that guy's a fucking loser, and I don't like.
For
you.
dudes,
I don't
going
think
on.
about it all the time. But it's like, if that was to come up, I'd be like, cool, that guy sucks. Like, I don't, it doesn't affect my life on a day-to-day basis. But I think it's fine to harbor those feelings still.
Yeah, for people who had like nothing going on, like stuff like that was huge back then, right? So it was like it took up a lot of your brain space. So I get it.
I hadn't even thought about mine forever, and then I just saw him randomly, and I was like,
Just came flooding back, huh?
Yeah, I let him have it too.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel bad. I'll tell you that. I didn't. And I was such a loser at the time. I was like, this is nice. A win? What's this like? As I was telling that story, Cerruti was looking at, he was just shaking his head in disbelief, being
No,
like,
because I'm just thinking about the people.
let that
there was-
guy. Yeah.
No, there was a guy in high school who tried to steal my girlfriend multiple times, and
Was it Wargon?
wasn't Wargon.
Sounds like it. Dad approves.
And I'll get a little chuckle every time I hear a story about something dumb that happened in his life, and I don't think about him all the time, but like I do sort of enjoy the like, oh, fuck that guy,
Yeah.
We're not gonna be cool.
Sure.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's okay to have that in your life. You're like, hey, you need to move past that. Maybe I don't. I think about it once every 2 years. I'm fine. We got plenty of other days to think about all the other stuff. But if I hear something about somebody that I don't like, that I think I'm deserving of, not necessarily rooting for their downfall, but not liking positive updates, fuck it. All right. Take that with you into the weekend. Thank you to Wargon. Thank you to Kyle. Thank you to Cerruti. Ryen Russillo Podcast. Check out our YouTube page and also subscribe on Ryen Russillo.